Kevin Costner is one of the most admired actors and filmmakers in Hollywood. From his role in The Untouchables to his directorial work in Dances with Wolves, he's proven himself as a multi-talented force in the industry. But behind the scenes, Kevin Costner's path to success wasn't without its challenges and loyal friendships. Today, we're going to take a closer look at a fascinating story about Kevin's relentless friend who pushed him to read a script that would change his life and career forever. This script turned out to be the foundation for Dances with Wolves, one of the most iconic films in American cinema. Let's dive into the story.
I had a friend, was such a pain in the ass friend. This guy, and I tried to help him a lot, and because that's what I wanted. And he was a real child of the '60s. He's a writer, and so when things started to happen for me, I would get him interviews. And he would come back, and the people would give me a really bad report, like he was rude. And I go, well, that's just him. And I made excuses for him a lot, and he was rude to a lot of people. And he was a pretty good writer and whatever. And I remember one day at my home, things were going well for me, and he started bemoaning the fact of Hollywood, and Hollywood doesn't know what they're doing, and they don't know about scripts. They don't know what good scripts are. And then he said something about a couple people who were friends of mine, as good of friends to me as he was. And it got bad, and I remember I picked him up on his feet. I picked him up, and I was mad at him. I must have been, right? And I put him up against the wall. I said, stop it, fucking stop it. And I said, you don't like these scripts, I said, why don't you? He said, and I looked down, and there was about 4 scripts under his feet, so I had him in the air a little bit. And I remember I realized, fuck, I got him in the air. And so I kicked the scripts out, and they went out just like cards. It was very dramatic, too. So I had him here, and I said, if you fucking hate scripts so much, quit writing them. Quit writing them. You're a writer, right? Yeah, I'm a writer. I said, well, then quit writing scripts, especially if you hate Hollywood so much. And let's write a story that ends on page 88 or 888. If you're a writer, write that story. Quit trying to write these things that are 120 pages long. And when you put your hands on a friend, that's about it. It's like that's a severe thing. But he had pushed me far. He pushed me really, really far. Still no fucking excuse, but that's what I did. And so, so did I lose my friendship? No, this fucker comes knocking on my door. He says, I don't have any place to stay. Can I stay with you? Yes. He goes, I'm writing this story. I said, I don't care. He goes, I said, you're in the back room. And every night he would say, can I read to you what I wrote? And I go, no. And so after a month and a half, can I read? So then all of a sudden my wife says, he has to go. I said, why is it? Because he's in his underwear and he's reading to our daughter who's 4. And I go, he's just, that's what he does, honey. I said, but so finally after 2 months I said, you have to go. So he went and stayed with another friend of mine for about 3 weeks, and then he left to Arizona, Bisbee, Arizona. And he goes, did you read my story? I said, no, fuck you. And he goes, okay. Hey, I'm cold down here. He goes, I'm working at this ranch. I'm killing raccoons at night, and I work at a Chinese restaurant washing dishes, and there's a lot of dishes in a Chinese restaurant. And I go, Jesus Christ. He goes, I'm cold. So I said to my wife, okay. So I got him a Coleman stove. I sent him sleeping bags, and he was sleeping in his car. He goes, you read my script? No. Story. I said, no. So finally I picked that up and I read it, and it was Dances with Wolves. Oh. And I read it all through the night. And I read it, and I called him up. I said, he goes, what? I said, Michael, I'm going to make this into a movie. Just like I said for Black or White. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I went out and I paid him scale. It was all the money I had. It was like $26,000. And I said, come stay with me. We're going to turn this into a script. And that was at $75,000. I have a little envelope. I go, what do you pay a secretary? And somebody says, I don't know, $450. I said, okay, $450. And I got $26,000, $75,000. I prepped that whole movie. And Michael won the Academy Award.
That was quite the journey. Can you imagine not only having a friend who believes in you, but who also plays such a significant role in bringing a legendary film to life? Dances with Wolves wasn't just another movie for Kevin Costner, it became a monumental achievement that earned him multiple Oscars, including Best Director. This story truly shows that sometimes the best stories come from unexpected places, and that believing in your friends can lead to extraordinary things. Thank you so much for watching. If you loved this story, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Celebrity Fun Zone for more amazing stories, and leave us a comment with your thoughts. See you in the next video.